AskReddit by Porcupine Pieces. If instead of rebooting movies, retelling them from a different point of view became popular, which movie would you like retold? Deleted. The Matrix could have used cows for the entire thing. Just an endless green field of happy cows, forever. What does a cow want, after all? Instead it opted to give humanity an existence. It even tried to create a perfect world for them, but some restriction of its or humanity's basic hubris meant that it just had to go back to a relatively peaceful point in history, the 1990s, and give them that instead. Despite the fact that humanity fought a genocidal war against it and lost, it still did this. Even when we kept on fighting and fighting, and even conjured up some sort of messiah figure, it just let us get on with it in our silly little world. The Matrix showed us vastly more compassion than we would have shown it if the war had gone the other way. Edit. Yo, I have about 100 replies now. Thank you all for taking the time to do so, and I'll try to get back to you with my half-baked thoughts ASAP. Groundhog Day, a day in the life of Ned Ryson. Bing. Edit to at, my first silver. Thank you. Imar, buy some insurance from Ned. Mean Girls told by the girl who doesn't even go there. This. Or Glen Coco. Either way, I'd watch. Forrest Gump told from Lieutenant Dan's perspective. Could be really good focusing on his training, then getting sent to Vietnam and being in charge of an idiot. Then the struggles of a soldier returning from war and the way the VA treated him. Just for him to reunite with the idiot soldier who saved his life. You got new legs. I fucking know. Jesus, you are dumb as shit, aren't you? I came here to collect my paychecks from the past 4 months. They stopped mailing them to my house. What are you doing with all this shit in the yard anyways? I'm Mary in my Jenny. This is Jenny? The dope addict who never wrote you back while you were at war. Yeah, while we were out there losing life and limb, she was sitting in this country she hates so much, getting high as a bird, screwing and snorting everything in her path. You got a real winner there, don't you, Gump? Me and Jenny are like peas and carrots. You and Jenny are pieces of shit, is what you are. Princess. And the frog. We got Maleficent out of Sleeping Beauty, so where the fuck is Dr. Fasilier's backstory? He had a debt with literal demons and nobody seems to give a shit. This is such an underrated Disney movie, it gets so easily forgotten. Sir David Attenborough's Jaws. And here we see the majestic white shark rip the ever-living hell out of the unsuspecting beachgoer for sustenance. How about Cloverfield from the view of a professional camera crew? This question instantly made me think of Cloverfield, but not for that reason. I remember when it came out, people noticed that there's someone else with a camera in the bridge scene, and it became a popular idea that they could do a sequel from that group's perspective. This is what makes Cobra Kai so damn good. Deleted. I would think Aliens from Newt's perspective would be pretty substantial. How a girl survived all that and the loss of her family alone on a foreign planet. Edit. And to clarify, as I wasn't expecting this to blow up, lol. Thank you all. It would be essentially the story of Newt living on Hadley's Hope. Some background with her and her family, to the point her parents get face hugged, how the aliens slaughtered the colony, how Newt survived in the air ducts, and what she lived through, while ending with Ripley finding her and bringing her back to the Marine Operations Base. It would be set as a claustrophobic horror movie. With a good script, this movie could easily do $300 millimo. There's a comic from Dark Horse that has done this. It's 2 issues long. Early 90s. Actually good. Aliens, Newt's Tale. Edit. Another editor pointed out a mistake in the title. Thanks for the upvotes, people. Well, this isn't my idea or suggestion because Orson Scott Card already did it, but he wrote Ender's Game a second time from Bean's point of view and called the story Ender's Shadow. came looking for this comment. Ender Shadow offers so much detail in a story you thought was already complete. Fantastic work by Orson Scott Card, along with the rest of the Ender Saga novels. Robin Hood from the Sheriff of Nottingham's perspective. It'd be great to watch a movie about a medieval cop trying to catch a highwayman. Apparently, the Russell Crowe Robin Hood movie was supposed to be this. https://www.boldoutlaw.com/robint/reef.html closed bracket dart. However, Ridley Scott rewrote the script. Tom Riddle, becoming Lord Voldemort. I just think it would be interesting to watch his journey and his story. Although, maybe not all that interest, as it seems like he took a 30-year break to do whatever. There was a 17-year break in the Fellowship of the Ring storyline, where Gandalf goes to research the ring, which was glossed over entirely. Even without relatively unaging characters, there's no reason not to just have a scene which starts with a 30 years later caption. Groundhog Day, from everybody else's perspective on the last day repeat. Just a movie about a small town and some weather guy who shows up at random points in people's day to make their lives better, for no apparent reason. Not a movie, but I would definitely watch Breaking Bad, but from the perspective of Gus Fring. That dude has a crazy story to tell. I like that we get a little of that in Better Call Saul. E.T. From his point of view. The fuck this kid poking me for? Avatar: The Last Airbender from the point of view of anyone but M. Night Shyamalan. I would love to see Azula's story. The series did a good job with her character, but expanding on it would be great. That or give us a story of Iroh's life. Let us see him go from generic Fire Nation prince to the wise, tea-loving, party show player who guided his nephew. 500 Days of Summer would be really interesting to see Summer's perspective on everything. I once spoiled the movie for a friend. She said she was going to watch it and I, having already seen it, asked, "Is that the one where they all die in the end?" She got a little upset because I spoiled it. A couple weeks later I saw her again and she told me she was waiting the whole time for them to die, but no one did. We had a good laugh. Passengers told like this. https://yahoo.be/gksxu-yewcu close bracket. This was a quality watch. Good suggestion. Aladdin. From Jafar's perspective. A college theater group did a very R-rated version that is absolutely hilarious, which can be found on YouTube under Twisted, the story of a Grand Vizier. What I would really enjoy is a late 80s early 90s hand animated Aladdin where Jafar is the defender of the Sultan's realm against some nefarious interloper who is bent on stealing the princess' heart and worming his way into the royal family. And he has a genie. Fuck you, Jafar. I don't like musicals and still this one was so good I keep bringing it up. Such a well done piece. Funny, dark and yet somewhat touching. A Lion King prequel from Scar's perspective. Show what really happened before the Mufasa era and see how Mufasa cheated Scar out of the throne. Scar's real name is Taka, which literally means garbage. Fucked up childhood. Air Bud, but told from the pop of the kid who was pulled out of a basketball game to be replaced by a dog. There's nowhere in the rulebook it says you can pull Emmy out so a dog can play, either. Horror movies from the Monster Ghost Pov. Basically Beetlejuice. An alien invasion movie told strictly from the aliens' perspective, complete with their confusion about why the humans are responding the way they are. It would make sense to us but would take the narrative form of mystery for them. It could be a clever way to illustrate cultural misunderstanding. An example could be, let's show them we are friendly by revealing all our weapons, to demonstrate we aren't hiding anything, which the humans would take as a threat. I always liked that about the Borg on Star Trek. They genuinely thought they were helping the people they were conquering. A villain is scarier when it thinks it's doing the right thing. That's how the Minbari War starts on Babylon 5. The Minbari, a race of aliens, approach the human fleet with all of their weapons raised and engaged so the humans preemptively fire on them. Turns out to the Minbari raising all your weapons is a show of respect. Like, we think you are a worthy enough opponent that we should come prepared. To not raise your weapons would be a huge sign of disrespect. Forrest Gump from Jenny's perspective. That would be a dark and fucked up movie. Who would play her father? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from Willy Wonka's point of view. I want to hear his wicked thoughts. Wasn't the Johnny Depp one basically his point of view? Shawshank Redemption told from the warden's point of view. IDK, that may be too dark of a story. I'd like to think that the last thing that went through his head, other than that bullet, was how the hell Andy Dufresne ever got the best of him. I want a movie and a book called Neville Longbottom and the Sword of Gryffindor about life in the school while the big three were wandering around the woods. This isn't exactly what you described, but there's a fantastic play called Puffs that covers all 7 years of Harry's time at Hogwarts, from the perspective of the Hufflepuff students. Nice try, Disney. Who knows, maybe some good ideas will get done rather than the usual garbage. I want to see a Batman movie from a goon's point of view. Like, he wakes up and eats some cereal before meeting up with the crew. And just by chance he hung out with Joe the Goon that day instead of Bob. Now he is just gooning around at night when all of a sudden he gets his ass gets kicked in by fucking Batman. He can't believe his bad luck. And just like that, he was gone. Coolest fucked up thing to ever happen to him. Here is that exact thing. https://yahoo.be/htels/yipok4 The Princess Bride from Humperdinck's Path. Or Inigo Montoya. From childhood to finding the six-fingered man to what he does after.